Hello violin players, welcome to Prime Strings. I'm Henriette and this is lesson 62 in the violin class for beginners Crickboom course. Today we are learning study number 6, which you can find in the red book on page 37. And since we finished the green book, I'll put a link to a copy of the music down below this video so you can check it out there and play along with us. So let me just play it for you first, and what I'd like you to take a look at when I play it is how uneven my bows are, because that is the point in this study, is that we're playing both 2-beat notes, minims or half notes on a long bow, but also crotchets or quarter notes. So my bow goes slow, quick, slow, quick. So when I play this song for you, please check out if you can see that happening. And I absolutely love this tune. It's a really elegant tune and a lovely, lovely piece to play. So as you've probably observed, we are in 3/4 time, and we are also playing in the key of C major. And that means that we haven't got any sharps at all. So our second finger on the D string is an F natural, so it comes close to the first finger. And the same happens to the second finger on the A string, which is also close to the first finger on the A string. But as you have probably noticed as well, there are a couple of instances where there are accidentals in the music. So where we deviate off this standard finger pattern, and we're going to add some sharps. So as we go along, we'll talk about those so I can explain to you where to put your fingers. We are going to start on an upbeat. The first note is the third beat of a bar. If you imagine there to be a bar preceding this piece, this would be the third beat. So I'll count us in for 2. So have your violin ready, we'll play it together. I'll count us in 1, 2, and we play on the third count there. Now this is not a very long bow, so we're starting in the middle of the bow. So let's get ready here. Will you join me? 1, 2. Now use a whole bow. Awesome, very well done. If you played that with me in one go, really good. So at the end here we've got a dotted minim, so a dotted half note, and also a crotchet or a quarter note slurred onto that same bow. So you've got 4 counts on one bow, and your bow needs to go ultra slow there at the end. So we get 1, 2, 3, which is fine. I can manage my very slow bow because it's also not very loud, your music there. So just ease it off really beautifully towards the end. Going back to the beginning of our piece now, you've noticed that the first full bar has got a minim or a half note, and that is a long bow. Then the next note, the B in bar 1, is a quick bow, because at the start of the second full bar, we've got 2 notes slurred. So we have got another full bow, a long bow there. 2 notes slurred, of course, is the equivalent of a minim. It's both 2 counts, you see. So therefore the bowing is the same all the time. So when you look through the first line, all of this has the same bowing. And this note here is the first note that is a different pattern, you see. So all that time we've had 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now, of course, that third beat in each bar is not a very strong beat, so you have to be very careful with that fast up bow that you don't smash it into the string, because we don't want an accent on that. So it's not like this. And our bowing sort of encourages us to put a little bit of emphasis on the third beat. But be careful that when you play that long bow, that it is slightly more gentle in character than the first 2 beats, because the accent in each bar should be on the first beat of each bar, you see. Let's play those first couple of bars again. So starting in the middle, 1, 2. Light here, and light again. That's it. And now you notice how far advanced you have become while you play the violin, because that is not so easy to control the bow on a fast bow, which is light. So well done for getting this far. Mind you, we've done 62 lessons, so it's just as well that you get a more advanced bowing here. Now, when we finish just before the rest here, it's fine to play a half bow on this single D here. Just rest your bow in the middle here, because we've got another upbeat coming along, you see, on the beginning of the second phrase. Here we go. Let's hold it here. This is the end of the second phrase, and from here onwards we get separate bows first of all, and then we also get some more accidentals. Of course, we've had one accidental F sharp in the second line, the third bar, but I assume that you can play that without any difficulty at all. But let's now play slowly, just carrying on from where we stopped a moment ago. So we're in the we're at the point of the bow here. C sharp, C natural now, C natural, just before this third beat in the bar, because that third beat in this bar where we just stopped, the third bar of the third line, is the upbeat again to what comes after, you see? So that G does not belong to the second phrase. So let's play this same section again. I'm starting about in the middle of the second line where those accidentals begin to appear. So this is the second line, bar 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the sixth bar of the second line, the last note, up bow, 1, 2. Carry on. Actually, let's leave it here for a moment. Now you've also noticed that in this whole section with the separate bows, I am playing slightly shorter bows. So I play predominantly on the sort of upper 2/3 of the bow. So I'm not quite using the whole bow because it can go a little bit more gently here. So when we play the final phrase of this piece, so that starts just before the middle of the third line, we're going to alternate 2 note slurred down bow, 1 note up bow. So that's our old style bowing that we had at the start of this piece, combined with separate bows, 3 separate bows, where we can use a bit less bow on each crotchet or quarter note. I'm starting on the note that's just above the letter O from our tempo. Okay, we'll pick up the pace again. 1, 2. Wonderful. And I think you have managed that without too much difficulty. So well done if you have. You are really turning into an intermediate player now, aren't you? Super. So you can see that this piece is a duet. So we're going to have a go at playing this as a duet. So we're going to play this roughly at the same pace as we've just played it, just to make it easier for more people to join in playing this as a duet. I have to just say to you that above this piece it says the crotchet equals 120. That is really quite fast, and at this level of your playing I want you to try and be patient with me and be quite slow still, because then that is the way to control your playing, especially your bowing, you see. So forget about any metronome markings that you can see above your music. Just stay at a steady pace and don't go too fast at this stage. There's plenty of time later to make your playing faster, but we're after accuracy at this time. So let's play this as a duet. 1, 2. That was wonderful, and I hope you enjoyed that. Super well done if you kept that together. Now we've got one more lesson left in this series, and that is coming up very soon, so I very much look forward to seeing you then. Goodbye.